Story is told of an American teacher in the USA who was doing a history class and turned round to her students and said, "Who said the following? Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity." And I'm not sure even about the universe. Immediately a hand shot up belonging to a Japanese foreign exchange student. "Yes," said the teacher. "Albert Einstein," replied the girl proudly. "That's correct," the teacher said. "Now, who can tell me who wrote the Declaration of Independence?" Again, the Japanese girl's hand shoot up. "Yes," said the teacher. "Thomas Jefferson, 1776, the girl said proudly. "Correct. Now, who said the following? Ask not what the country can do for you, but what you can do for the country." This time the teacher waited to see, maybe somebody else knows the answer. But again, no one came forward, only the Japanese girl. "Yes," asked the teacher. "John Fitzgerald Kennedy, 1961, the Japanese girl replied. The teacher was upset and began chastising the rest of the class. She said, "You should be ashamed of yourself. This Japanese girl has barely been in this country for a few months, and she knows more about your history than you do." The class grumbled, and a second the teacher turned round to the blackboard, a voice from the back of the class came up and shouted, "To hell with the Japanese." The teacher, flustered and angry, turned round and says, "Who said that?" The Japanese girl couldn't contain her excitement. She screams back, "Harry Truman, 1945. Did you know that even banks need to be kosher? Okay, before you rush to your wallet to check if there's a kosher symbol on your debit card, let me explain. You see, in this week's Parashat Behar, the Torah discusses the mitzvah to support those in need, but it cautions us with the following words: "You shall not take from him interest or increase, and you shall fear your God and let your brother live with you." So lending money with interest to a fellow Jew is a no-go in Judaism. So much so that the Medrash has some very harsh words for those who do not keep this mitzvah. If someone doesn't accept this mitzvah, says the Medrash, it's as if he doesn't accept God. And this is why in every Jewish town one can find a gemach, which is basically an institution that lends money interest-free. But we're left with the following question. Actually, what's so wrong with charging interest? The whole world charges interest. Why such harsh words from the Midrash? Why is this mitzvah so crucial that without it, it's as if we don't accept Hashem? The Rabbi shares a beautiful insight on this matter. You see, providing a loan with interest is one of the easiest ways to make money. It's effortless. We don't need to do anything. We earn the money once, we lend it, and it keeps making profit for us for infinity. Indeed, in our capitalistic and secular world, the mindset's as follows. We've come to this world to enjoy and benefit as much as possible. Work, it's not ideal on its own right, but rather a necessity that comes from a lack of choice. But if we could earn money easily without working, that would be even better. From this perspective, the ideal situation is to get without giving, to enjoy without toil, and to gain without losing. In one word, interest. In Judaism, this is a problem. It's a big problem because God structured the world that everything must be earned through efforts. There's no free lunch. And if it is, it's because they're trying to sell you a timeshare. You ever seen the title, "Read how this 32-year-old makes £230,000 in a year in passive income"? You must have seen it. Articles, TV, they often come with these big attention-grabbing headlines telling us how some uber-smart person makes millions of pounds while basically not working. Well, let me tell you, in most likelihood, it's fake. Nearly almost always, there's no such thing as passive income. But if theoretically there was, it wouldn't be a Jewish way. In Judaism, one must invest, plan, manage, and evaluate everything they do to ensure our efforts bring the desired results. Did you know that research shows most people who win the lottery lose their money shortly after? Because deep down, they don't feel they really deserve it? Let's remember, in this world, we need not ask what the world can do for us, rather what we can do for the world. Ask not what are our rights, but rather what's our obligations. And now we can understand the prohibition of interest. Hashem wants us to always remember and recognize that success comes through hard work, and that is a fundamental pillar of Judaism. This truth is not only in monetary matters, but we must heed this message also in spiritual matters. One may think that since in the past he or she studied in yeshiva, once upon a time he or she studied Torah, prayed with kavanah, used to do mitzvot diligently, or the classic one, my grandfather was a big rabbi, etc., etc. So therefore now he or she deserves a break, an easy life, and they can just enjoy the interest of their previous good deeds. Tells us the Torah, no interest. Everyone needs to serve Hashem every day till our last day of our lives. Wishing you Shabbat Shalom.